Hello, wide authors and narrators. It's Rebecca Hefner here, and I hope you all are doing well today. And I am so excited because I have two people here, Megan and Chelsie, who are going to talk to us today about the Indie Audiobook Network. Hello, Megan and
Hello.
Chelsie. Hi.
Hello.
And so the reason why I wanted to sort of record this webinar with them is that they have this new audiobook venture that allows indie authors to connect with narrators. And I have so many authors that come to me who are looking to make audiobooks and they don't know how to connect with a narrator. So I'm so excited to have you both here to just talk to us about your new venture and how it works. So if you could both introduce yourselves and tell us what your roles are in the industry, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm the owner of the Indie Audiobook Network, and I started the venture with Megan to simply just connect narrators and authors together. Simple step, and yeah, that's what we do. Megan, you take
Awesome.
over.
Yeah, I'm Megan, and I am the artistic director, as it were. Since I am also a narrator at the Indie Audiobook Network, I was like, I don't know if I should be the owner of this one. So we are definitely partnering on this together, and we definitely talk to each other a lot about what we're doing. But yeah, I'm the artistic director.
Okay, great. Well, it is so nice to chat with you both. And so, why don't you tell me, and you both can speak on this, or if one of you would, whatever, it's totally up to you. We'll keep this very casual, but tell me a little bit about the Indie Audiobook Network, why you created it, sort of what problems you were looking to solve with it, and just a little bit of background on it.
Go for it, Megan.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So effectively, the Indie Audiobook Network came because we noticed this big gap of what is available specifically to indie authors when it comes to producing an audiobook, specifically when it comes to finding a narrator. Um, we noticed that effectively you had two options when it comes to making an audiobook, which is either doing it yourself, which I don't know about you, but as someone on the narrator side, I know that authors have to go through sometimes like 50 plus auditions to try to find a
Yes,
narrator for their project. And that can take
true.
so much time and energy. So it's either doing it by yourself, trying to figure out what does this look like? What does cost look like? How do I get this rolling? A lot of question marks and hoping that a production company picks you up. Um, so you really only had two options, and we were wondering how could we possibly address this gap in the middle? Uh, Knowing that audiobooks can take a lot of time and energy, and also too knowing that a lot of people want to consume their books in audiobook form, it just seemed to make sense that we brought up an opportunity for authors to be able to connect with vetted narrators through our server and create a project either on their own or by using one of our project managers to help them go through the process from A to Z and get things out in a way that works for their schedule and their budget. So we have a couple of different options. You can just use us to help find a narrator instead of having to go through 50 different auditions. We'll send you between 3 to 10. You could also work with us as kind of like a support buddy. We're here to help you out. So we'll help you find a narrator, but we'll also be there if you've got questions and need some help along the way. Or if you're like, hands off, my life is way too busy. I just need someone to handle all of it, but I don't want to lose any creative control. Then that's where we would
Yes.
have a project manager work with you so that that way you're still involved, but you're not handling every single minute detail. So that's what the
Yeah.
Indie Audiobook Network provides.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. And that's really good for authors. You know, a lot of times authors become authors because they just want to write books. And then to doing all this other stuff can get very overwhelming. Some authors, I like to be really hands-on in my audiobook production, but I've talked to so many authors who are like, I don't have any desire to do that. I wish I could just farm it out just, and like have someone help me. So it's nice to, have those different options. So let's say authors came to you, let's say an author came to you and said, okay, I have this, whatever, mafia romance series. I want to produce an audiobook. What would the steps be that they follow? So of course they're going to reach out to you. Do they find you on the internet? I know you guys have a Discord. Tell me a little bit about that and what the process looks like from, how you all help them find the right narrator.
So we have a form, an author form that's linked on our website. It's in the Indie Audiobook Network bio on TikTok, Instagram, all of that. They fill out the form and it's a very detailed form. So it kind of tells us from start to finish what they're looking for, budget, all of that. Once they fill that out, we look it over, kind of see what they're looking for, and then we have a meeting with them. And then once we're all on the same page, we submit it out to our narrators and get auditions for them. And so once we have all the auditions, we kind of go through them and see which ones match closest to what they're looking for. And then we send the authors the auditions and they can choose from that. If for some chance they don't like any of the ones that we've submitted to them, we will go back through and look at the ones that we said, oh, maybe this isn't as close to what we thought, and we'll send them all of those. So yeah, it's a pretty easy, straight through process that somebody's with you all the time.
Yeah, that's great. And then what if, of course, like the big question that all authors have is how much does it cost? Can I reach out to a narrator and name what per finished hour price I want to pay? So do you all have a sliding scale of maybe some narrators are willing to work for maybe this type of per finished hour? I know in my own personal audiobook journey, I have some narrators that I work with that I will promise them the whole series up front if they're willing to give me a certain per finished hour for all the books. And then I have other narrators that I work with that are more established, so they're a little bit more expensive. And I know this going in, I'm able to sort of name what price I want to pay specifically to each series. How would it work for authors who, sort of have a price in mind and are looking to sort of match that with you guys?
I'll let Megan talk to this one more because she knows more the narrator side of things.
Yes, so that's a great question, and that's actually a big reason why we wanted to have such a big roster. At this point, we have over 70 narrators on our roster who are available. And the whole reason we wanted to have a big roster, narrators that are all vetted, is that we wanted to make sure that we allowed everybody the opportunity to work at the rate that they feel comfortable with. For example, what I might charge for a solo narration may be totally different from somebody else based on my tenure, based on what I need to live to survive, based on my training, based on union status. There are a lot of different things that can dictate rates. So for example, we have narrators who are totally fine with doing royalty share plus. They're absolutely fine with that. Others will really only prefer doing per finished hour, but they also have a sliding scale. So when authors come to us, part of the form does say, what does your rate look like? What are you looking to spend in terms of per finished hour? Do you want this to be royalty share? Things like that. So we also too ask them the question, do you want to, for royalty share, if you want to go wide, royalty share is not going to be an option. So we make sure they understand that as well. And then in terms of the process of actually going through and getting a narrator, we do have a upfront cost that we have people pay in order to find a narrator through us. Essentially, again, we're saving you time and money by finding you a narrator. Mm-hmm. But if for some reason we cannot find it, the match just doesn't happen, then we refund you. But we're pretty confident with the amazing narrators that we have that we can find somebody for you.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's definitely, I've certainly been in that position where I've gone through like 50 auditions on Audible. It does take a lot of time. So
yeah.
And sometimes too, I feel like you get this really specific idea of like a character in your mind. You're like, I really want them to sound like this.
Yeah.
And it just takes some time to find that person. And we are here for that. 100%. Yeah. We just had a project like that where this author had a very clear idea of what they wanted, and we went through 2 rounds of auditions and finally found them someone.
And that is a question on the author form of who do you have a certain voice that you want it to sound like, all of that. So I mean, the form is very detailed. It asks for accents, it asks for all of that. So where we can get you narrowed down to what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, the more specific, the better, right? Because authors have these ideas of what, everything should sound like, look like. So
yeah,
that's great. Awesome. Okay, very cool. So, okay, so if an author says, okay, this all sounds good, I've got a series I'm ready to make into audio, I'm going to reach out. How would they Is there a website that they can go to? I know you said you have social media. Can you give us just all the different places that authors can find you? I'm also going to link this below in the description, but I'd like to have you guys just sort of walk us through it.
Yeah, so we're our website is the indieaudiobooknetwork.com. You'll find the author form on there or contact information if you have questions. We're on Instagram and TikTok, the Indie Audiobook Network. And I think we're using even also on Threads, but pretty easy
Mhm.
to find. The Indie Audiobook Network is our name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. And I think you all had mentioned, we'll put this below in the link or in the description, excuse me, but if someone sees this video and wants to contact you all, that you're willing to maybe offer a discount. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so there's a discount code that we're going to offer for people who come through you, Rebecca. So
All
there's a
right.
discount code. I know, very chic. So there's a discount code that we will offer for first time people that come in for their first project,
Nice.
for our mid-level or project manager level. The Find a Friend, which is what we use to help you find a narrator, that does stay the same. But for Bring a Buddy and All Hands on Deck, which is the middle and top tier, those ones are
Nice.
the ones where we
Nice.
have a 10% discount available for those, and we'll give you that discount.
Great. Okay, good. That's awesome. I know we're always looking for a discount to sort of get things started. So that's really nice of
Of
you all to offer
course.
that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
great. All right. So, yeah, everyone watching this, you can find all of the information in the description below. I'll have all sorts of helpful links and things for everyone. And I just want to thank you both for coming on and telling me about this. I think it's a wonderful service to really help authors connect with narrators. So thank you both for chatting with me about it and for starting the company. It sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time and willingness to get us out there.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
really excited. Like, as soon
Yeah.
as you can, I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great connection. Like,
Good.
with all
Yeah.
the work that you do and all the work that we do, like specifically focusing on trying to
Yes.
help indie authors like make stuff happen. So I
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
This is great.
Yeah. Hopefully the goal is let's get more audiobooks out in the world. We can all help with that, right?
Yes.
Amen
Yes.
to that.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, I hope you all have a great day. And everyone watching, please check below for all the information in the description. And we'll have more videos on the channel soon. So continue to check back and hope you all have a great day. Take care.